the decision of which monkey would go to Lanka. It was a terrible task for anyone. It was impossible for others. The elder monkeys did not agree to put the prince and leader Angada in danger. If he had had the strength of his youth, he could have done it. Then he had circled all the known regions of the world 21 times. Now his strength has diminished. He saw everything even before he took the 3 incarnations of Vishnu. There is one among us who can do this crossing and do everything else that is necessary. Without saying anything in vain, the brave Hanuman is sitting here. If he sets his mind to it, he can perform this task, he said. He has the strength of his father Vayudev and the speed of Garuda. He can accomplish any task. He is the one who was born to Vayudev in the womb of his mother Anjanadevi. Brahma Indra blessed him and gave him invincibility and a clean death as a boon, says Jambavan, who describes Hanuman's biography. 31. If you remind him of his power and encourage him, he will use his power, remembering that the area outside the attack and entry of Vali is Matangashrama. It is Hanuman who made Sugriva, his master and friend, find refuge there. Hanuman knows that he can be a blessing in this situation. He takes up the task and assumes his full form. Seeing this splendor of the expansion of Shakti, the energy of action, the entire army of monkeys is amazed. Mahendra climbs the peaks of the mountain and flies to Lanka. His beautiful shadow appears on the water in some places as wide as 10 yojanas and as long as 30 yojanas. Das yojana vistirna trimshade yojanam ayata. Shadow monkey. There must be some kind of curse. The explanation for this comes in the Uttara Kanda. Hanuman would often forget. He is a little admirable. The poet describes it as Simhasya Jale Charutara Bhavit. From there, he changes his form to a smaller size and goes around Lanka, visiting Ravana's inner palace, dance hall, and palace, and finally finds Sita in Ashokavan. There are guards of demons all around. This part is a big poetic occasion. Without making a fuss, he introduces himself to Sita with humility and skill, saying that he has come as a messenger of Rama, and gives her the memento that her husband had sent him. He gives her the faith and courage to help her quickly and release her. And then he goes back and informs his friends, the monkeys, who were waiting for him, of his victory in the task. The feat of Hanuman, who crossed the ocean, found Sita and returned after completing his task, is a feat that will take anyone's breath away. This story brings true beauty to the 5th story, which is called Sundarakanda. The one who achieves and accomplishes all this is Hanuman, the most capable of the monkeys, the powerful. This story explains the fact that his achievements, heart power, intelligence, and the wealth of his powers establish confidence in him. A more stable and friendly bond of friendship is formed between Rama and Hanuman. They become mutually beloved. When the monkey army crossed the bridge to Lanka and fought against the demon army, Hanuman was the one who killed many famous demon leaders. There are occasions when he directly hit Ravana and Kumbhakarna. However, it is known that Ravana's power is stronger in the way he hits with his hands and fists. It also becomes clear to us how powerful an enemy Rama had to fight. It was Hanuman who twice saved Lakshmana and the monkey army from the effects of the weapons used by Indrajit and Ravana. Once, Jambavanta called out to the remaining monkey army that had fallen to the ground and asked, "Is Hanuman still alive? Is he anywhere near?" When asked, "Why are you thinking of Hanuman when there are others who are more glorious than him?" Jambavanta replied, "If Hanuman were alive, he would have revived all of us in Lanka." This praise was needed to wake Hanuman up and make him active. In an instant, he flew to the Sanjeeva Parvata and brought herbs and medicines from there to revive Lakshmana and the army. There, Hanuman had forgotten the name of the herb again. His physical strength was so amazing that he was able to carry all the mountain peaks on his shoulders and bring them to Lanka, where he helped Sushan select the herbs he needed. Hanuman was filled with awe at the beauty and splendor of the dance halls and the dance floor depicted in Ravana's palace. But at that moment, he had only one thought in his mind: Sita. Ravana's entire scene is full of Janaki. That one thing tormented him and worried him. Although Sita's absence must have caused him pain and anguish, it must have brought some inner peace. For a moment, he felt sorrow and regret. This was a time that nurtured his virtue. When Janaki was nowhere to be seen, Jagama Mahatam Chintam Dharmasadvasa Sankita worried his mind. Was what he had done righteous? This was the doubt that arose in him. When so many girls were sleeping in a private harem, where he had no right to enter, and he saw something he was not supposed to see, he thought it was his duty to go there and see it. He felt ashamed and guilty inside. This was truly his conscience business. The girls who were sleeping were other people's daughters. Could he see such people? Wouldn't that be a breach of duty? He thought. A sense of peace immediately dawned on him and he quickly realized that it was not his fault. He had to find Sita. It had been announced that she was in Ravana's palace. A woman had to be found among women, not among deer. None of these women were her. One thing was certain in his mind: his eyes, which were looking at him, were not filled with lust or malice. Only a mind polluted with lust can cause guilt. He certainly knows. Never once did such a feeling arouse in him and divert him from his work. Therefore, he is free from any sense of guilt. He decides that it is not necessary to accuse himself of improper conduct. He has not seen those women with a lustful eye. He has seen everything there with nothing else in mind. Not the slightest hesitation has occurred in his mind. This important principle of religious discernment will help him and will help him to get here. His mind is under his control. That is order. Where else should I look for Sita? My mind is pure, he realizes. Having concluded that Sita is not in Ravana's palace, he comes out of there and starts to find out where else she might be. This incident shows that Hanuman's mind is capable of paying attention to even the smallest details in matters of conduct, from the first moment he sees Rama and Lakshmana until he is rewarded by Sita in Ayodhya. There are occasions when his trust and sincerity are tested and his mind is judged to be right or wrong. At all those times, this is also seen in the state of despair that he must take his own life, feeling that he has failed in his task. It is revealed how thoughtful and wise he is when he has to lead the other monkeys, who are provoked by anger outside the cave of Swayamprabha, on the way. When he prays that he will do it if he is allowed to take Sita to Rama. The comparison he gives is, Prapayashami Sakraya Havyam Huta Eva Anala. He says that he will carry Havasa to Indra like fire carries it. He does not rush anything, even when he did not fully understand a matter. He would not press his opinion when there was an opportunity to say something advantageously to the other party. This fact was confirmed when Rama agreed to take Vibhishana to this camp. He was well aware of whose personality, what situation, and the occasion. His responses were appropriate to properly take a position equal to the height of the best in the Ramayana. Everyone trusts him, respects him, loves him. When Indrajit brought Sita's head from a magic net and cut it off in front of the entire monkey army, all the intentions and deeds of flying to Lanka were in vain. Hanuman tried to stop him but failed. When that happened, he was the most humble of all. No one felt happy to carry the news to Rama. Rama himself lost interest in the war. Vibhishana had to tell him, Sita had not really been harmed, it was all a trick and a trick of Indrajit. It was Hanuman who had previously carried the news of her husband to Sita. Her love for him was indescribable. He was the one who told her that her husband would soon come and free her. After winning the war, all the demons who were her enemies had been killed. She was happy to be told that Rama had won.